What's up, adventure buddies? Matt here, back at it again with another episode this week. And so this week we're not so much going to talk about one of the adventures we had, but more so I had the opportunity recently to go to an airport due to some essential business travel. And so I wanted to go over some key observations that I made with airport travel during this pandemic. Let's get started. So as many of you know, our home base is out at LAX, which LAX is normally a congested airport. However, due to the coronavirus, this place was a ghost town. And so it was very refreshing. I left on a Monday morning, which is typically the worst time in LAX to leave, and there was no traffic. We got in and out of the airport with ease. That ease continued as we went right into the TSA pre-check, which I didn't even have to use because there was no line in any of the TSA lines. So I just went through general boarding and breezed through like nothing. So again, the standards still apply with the CDC recommendations that the airport is following. You had to wear a mask, you had to maintain 6 feet of social distance, which was clearly indicated on floor markings throughout the entire airport, but these were strictly regulated all across the functions of LAX. One unique change to the TSA line was because you had to have your mask on. The change was that you only had to give your driver's license. You didn't have to show them your typical boarding pass and scan it in as normal, which I thought was a bit unique. However, once you did hand your ID, you did then need to pull down your mask so they can verify through your mask who you actually are. As I continued through the terminal, I was pleasantly surprised with the high amount of hand sanitizing stations throughout the entire terminal. Again, we encourage you guys to wash your hands and sanitize as frequently as possible, especially during this pandemic. Once I got to my gate, there was nobody there. Again, the common theme throughout my entire experience through the airport. So what that meant was there was a ton of space for you to safely sit down at your gate and continue to maintain that 6 feet of social distancing. So we had no problem. Again, had to wear your mask the entire time. Then it was ready to board. And so this time, boarding process looked a bit different. Typically, first class goes first, right? However, this was the complete opposite. Now, most airlines are typically loading the plane from back to front, and they're only loading in sections of about 5 rows, which they can continue to manage the flow into the airplane. And then as soon as you walk into the airplane, the stewardess hands you a hand sanitizing wipe. This is for peace of mind as you get to your seat. And I encourage you again, not just to wipe down your seat, but don't forget about that tray table. Again, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, please go follow Passenger Shaming on Instagram. You won't regret it. And as I mentioned, that hand sanitizing wipe is just for our peace of mind. Prior to us getting on the plane, they actually go through and sanitize the entire interior of that plane. They actually have like some Ghostbuster looking gun that they spray sanitizer throughout the entire plane. And so if you want to read more, I encourage you to check out your specific airline, as they have plenty of information on their websites on how they specifically keep their airplanes clean for our safety. What was also different and also unique due to this pandemic and how the airlines are handling things, and what I would also say was pretty beneficial to the passenger, regardless of the pandemic or not, most airlines now aren't allowing a middle seat to be booked. fantastic. So now you have plenty of space within your seat so you can spread out, relax, and enjoy your flight. Another unique difference is that the airline stewardess now no longer allow you to have a choice of which snacks or beverages you want. They actually have pre-packaged snacks and beverages in a Ziploc bag that they hand to you, which I thought was actually pretty convenient because the speed of efficiencies for you to get a snack and beverage was pretty seamless. Plus, it made it for a lot easier and quicker transition for you to discard all your trash. Might be something they might want to look to continue. However, it didn't allow you to get the variety of beverages that you may want to go after. However, I enjoyed it. And so, just like going into the airport, you needed to wear your mask. In your flight, throughout the entire duration, you had to wear your mask as well. And so there's two instances in which you didn't, and that's when you're eating or drinking. But other than that, your mask had to stay above your mouth and your nose the entire time. So the next unique change in air travel due to the pandemic is when we landed. Typically, as soon as you land and you hook up to the gateway, that bell goes off, everyone springs out of their seat, grabs their bag, and then does what? Stand in a crowd and wait. Well, this time we didn't. We were not allowed to stand up until our row was called. Just like when we boarded the plane, they deboarded the plane in groups of 5 rows. So again, trying to maintain that proper social distance throughout our entire trip. There you guys have it, a quick overview update of air travel during this COVID pandemic. So if you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. And again, what we would encourage you guys to do is that as you're continuing to think about travel, continue to follow the CDC guidelines. If it's not essential business travel, we suggest that you don't travel on an airplane. Here at the Adventure Buddies, we are chomping at the bits to get back into our normal international travel and continue to explore this beautiful earth that Mother Nature has to offer. However, if you haven't been following along, we've actually done a Summer Staycation 2020 series where we're exploring all of California. And this has been tremendous for us as it's not something we would uniquely have done if it wasn't for this pandemic. And so if you haven't already, please consider subscribing down below so you won't miss any of our adventures through our staycation. And if you want more information, please visit our website at theadventurebuddies.com. Here you'll find plenty of blogs as well as detailed downloadable itineraries from all of our trips and all of our excursions. And so I'm Matt at the Adventure Buddies. And remember, life's an adventure. Who are you going on it with?